Yeah, guys, welcome. I'm still uh, upgrading and developing uh, the MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5 uh, ABI, the native, the RESTy, and also the directy ABIs. I'm now going to share an update of the copy trade system that I was building. So this time it's just an update or like what I have added, because you have watched the previous video in YouTube. So this time you guys can see that we're connected to our local environment, like local server of MT4 and MT5. So let me try to add. So these are the brokers I integrated already. So adding MT4, just the market. We can add both live or demo, it's okay. MT4 or MT5. So now I will add this icon. It's a demo, it's okay, you can copy. Let us call this one master and then add. So when I click add, you see what is moving in this right left. So it's already getting my data and then send it to the back end and back end to the ABI. So why it's taking a time right now, it is like I'm using a window or like desktop. It's like it's not really good, but just doing some development to show that it's like something that's connecting to the MetaTrader server, if it's MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5. But you guys can see that this job takes long time. It takes time. So this is the REST. It's connecting to REST. So we have also our Swagger, because this is where you guys can build your own apps, or you know, your own apps, your own both MT4 and MT5 applications. So now we're requesting to the HTTP, because this is the Swagger where you will see the Indo points. Alright, Indo points of both. So you can see that the MT4 session is 0. Maybe we made some mistakes. Let us see if we copied the wrong MT4 and then you can see that MT4 has problem. MT4 has problem. Oh, the problem was I did not select the MT4. Alright, but I know that I have solved it. Okay, I have solved that issue. So the problem was what? Could not exercise the object. But right now we exercise, because I did not choose MT4, I was locking MT5. You can see right now we added the icon because I was made a mistake. Okay, that was like when adding, you should choose the application. For example, right now MT4, and then just the market, and then the server. Okay, then you go to one of these accounts. Since the MT4 is the slave master, I will choose this one as a slave one. Let me say slave one, and then the password is the same. So I click add, and then take the other account. So it's already adding. You guys can see it added the account. So I want to add another account, slave 2, and then choose the broker, and then choose okay one of these, then add it. So don't worry if you see something like added. So I have maybe bad connections or internet, whatever, but you guys can see that the accounts are connected. 3 accounts is showing the balance, see the server, slave 1, master account, all the information. In analysis you see that it's selecting 2 accounts, 3 accounts. You guys can see open positions of the master account, because our master account is MT4. You guys can see the open price of this. I did not set stop loss because it's a demo, just a demo. Maybe you guys can see the closed trades is also important, and I like this one because internet is very bad. But you guys can see these are the closed trades. Everything is good. So right now I have finished this week to connect and integrate all brokers, and also on both MT4 and MT5. So this upcoming week I will solve the some of the errors, and then we will go. So this is worker 1, and in our worker 1 we guys can see we have 3 connections, like 3 accounts are connected. So courier we don't have. For example, we have 3 accounts. What we can do is we can create like 2 courier. Why? Because one master account for another. Okay, all right, it's still loading. Let us see. Okay, why it's not? Yeah, it's loading. Okay, because of internet. You see master account just the market, and then slave 1. So let us say like this one for balance, and then create. So it creates a 1 again. You see everything, how things is working, and then you see that this is courier 1. So in courier 1 we say on, and then it will say on. So we can load. Okay, we can load it, and master. Okay, master on above because it's the lead account and the floor account. So here we can say multiplier by equity, and then we have the courier 2, and then this is on, and then we have everything right here. So the other thing we can do on each courier is we can select the setting, and then add, for example, the courier mode is paused. We can say courier on, and then we can say fixed lot size. In the general you can also choose the reverse trading direction. If this happens, then go back. For example, if the master is buying, let me sell. Okay, that's the reverse. So the setting where you guys can set values, risk type, whatever, stops and limitations. So you can have yes, no options, toggle of the this if you wanted to disable some symbols you don't like to trade. Mapping, for example, I like to trade euro USD, since this is this is just a market. It is a dot with dot maps. So I like to add this. So this is, you guys can see we added euro. So, because we could be an euro from euro, So I also like XAUUSD, okay, or gold, whatever you call it, and then it is also the same with followers. So Copier events, this is what you will see because this dashboard is still under development and more is coming. So if you want equity monitoring, then we can choose, for example, the account that we want to okay. So for example, this is our master account. Let us say this account, and then target value can become, for example, let me have a target value of 10 percentage, and then alert me and then create. That's it, the equity is created. And then the real time, you guys can see our socket is not connected yet, but I am going to develop it. But the profit is updating, so any profit that your slave accounts are added will be seen on here. Account will be creating even if it is the master or whatever. So you see guys, everything is really working. So we have analysis here where I also going to do development this week, and then when you select the account, all the analysis of that account is coming. So mostly of, so you see that this account, just the market MT4 slave 1 has that issue. So slave 2, when I select it, it's not showing. So it needs some implementations and integration, maybe like wiring, and then you will see it better, okay, better, because when I select the MT4 slave 2, it must give me, for example, the details or analyze of this account. So I have already made integration, but we need full implementation of the switch accounts and so on. So when it comes the trades, it is like the master account, the MT4, and then you see when you want, for example, today or last week, whatever, it will show you the trade history, okay, whatever you have done it. So the event is not implemented yet, but I will do implementation for this week, because most of the jobs that I have done this week, the last week was this one, okay. I am on like 60 percentage. I have done 60 percentage of the platform. So now you guys see we have admin dashboard where we can see everything. So our API is online, the database is online. I will add WhatsApp gateway where we guys can discuss, talk everything. So the WebSocket is online, but we need to have events and so on. Real time data is already, so workers is already active. We can have we have three accounts. We can stop, we can do whatever. The accounts that are is slave in is here because it's only showing the slaves because you are the master. So copier, we have two copiers. Like if you remember, in our copier we created two. So in the setting we can see that there is two. So the platform will have subscriptions like free, whatever, and so on. We can add plans if we want. Users will be on here when they register in your system. So this platform is for sale after it becomes ready. Everyone can buy it and can have his own business of copy trading, a professional copy trading. I hope that this works the best. After 1 or 2 weeks, everything will be all right. I wish you the best. Bye bye.